Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness meets Entertainment in Color for our recaps of Love Island UK Season 8. And this today is the reunion recap with me, your host, Chantel Francis, and my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis. Thoughts, Tamika?
Is this how the reunion's always done? Last year seems totally different than this one.
I don't know. Are they trying to make After Sun a thing? Because I don't watch After Sun, because this was basically an After Sun episode.
Yeah. Like with the DJ and the guy behind the bar. Not that I minded the guy behind the bar. He's a better interviewer than Laura. But like it was just weird compared to last year. I don't know if they wanted to change the energy or dynamic because last year was a real shit
What
reunion.
happened last year again? You have to remind me.
Remember they was like they didn't ask Kaz and Tyler to
Oh.
come up on the couch. They only asked them to come up on the couch with Crazy Girl, Clarice, and like they didn't have their own segment. So it was kind of like why? And then she was like rude to them and it was like why? And like it was weird. It was some weird energy, but yeah. this had a different energy. I'm just still I like some of the segments. I'm just still like I'm not sure. Also, I wonder if they should have done it maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. A
Then
month.
a
A
couple
month.
of days. Couple
Yeah.
days?
So I totally agree with you for the fact that it wasn't really that enjoyable. I
Mm-hmm.
guess because it didn't really show the most interesting part, they didn't go deep into. Because I would say wanted to know more about what's going on with Summer and Coco. like what's happening there. Like
Which
there's
I
it's
mean, I
really
if you've been reading offline, you know what's happening. So I know what's happening, but it's
okay.
like
So tell us what's happening because that's the only thing that I was about to go and investigate.
okay. So apparently, Coco and Summer they came out of the villa. They both said that they were really good friends. Coco must have did an interview either while Summer was still in the villa, and remember Coco got dumped with Josh, and she was basically like, "Oh, Josh was like horny and wanted to do her, but she like went to bed."
Right.
But she's like, since then, she's like, every day they've been texting, and she's like, "Oh, now every
Right.
day she keeps hitting on him." Um, then Summer comes out of the villa and she basically is like her and Josh basically are dating, like or seeing or seeing what's happening. But they've been together as far as I've seen. They are always together. Like, and if they're not together, it's because they're with like the girls and the boys or whatever. But so Summer was kind of upset when she heard the interview that's what Coco said. Like, well, you knew I liked him. Why would you now be trying to text him to sleep with him? I also read an article that Coco supposedly slept with um Deji behind Lacey's back. I kind of feel like Coco's putting all this bullshit out herself because none of it is making any sense.
Oh, I
Because
mean, that's interesting tea too. Like, I would have loved to get into that. Like, they should have had a segment of rumor mill. Like, what's true? Like, I would have loved to know if for them to respond to some of the controversial things that have been going on or been written about them or been speculated. So I just, yeah, I definitely was underwhelmed by this. Like, this is a type of reunion that should have happened right after the season was over, right? Like, just like come out live and do this as a live reunion, exactly what they did. And even if they didn't want to, I guess they would have to, well, yeah, they could have still even taped it in advance and aired it right after they aired the finale because it didn't give us any new insight. And that's what I'm looking for usually when I see reunion shows that are
when you
later
hear
on.
reunion in the name, right? And I think only two cast members did not show up, which I believe are Jackson Afia. So
And and the other guy, the
or was
George.
Jack there and I missed him?
Jax, he popped up in that montage thing.
Yeah. Which other guy?
George?
Reese? George? I don't remember.
I didn't see George there.
Okay, so maybe George. I thought no. He was there because he was saying that he's going to talk to Davide and
Oh,
Ekin-Su, and
Mhm.
they didn't give him a chance. He said after, like afterwards. So, yeah, it was just weird energy. I'm not sure about this format. Like, I would have been fine if they did it like in another couple weeks, and then they did like a segment of what's true, what's going on. Like, if you're gonna be an hour and a half, like, squash some rumors, do some, like, catch us up. Like, this was.
Nothing happened. Exactly. Hi, Sans. Thank you for being here. Hi, Jessica. Jessica says, once I saw Danica and JV and Indiyah and Dami, I stopped watching it and just followed it on Twitter. And did anybody have anything to say with these tweets? Like, no. Like, Twitter was probably like, this is boring.
Well,
Hi,
I
Luna
mean,
J.
Dami and Indiyah were tweeting just a little bit, nothing heavy. Um, but Dami was funny. I think what we got on the show was pretty much Dami in real life because his tweets are pretty hardcore. Anyway, people are like coming at him because you could tell he was very low energy. He was like, guys, I was just exhausted from carrying the show on my back for 2 months. But he did look exhausted, and we know that he actually flew out the next day to Ireland to go see his family. So he had been in the UK for like a couple of days, and then had just come in from Majorca. That was a lot of traveling that Demi had to do. So he definitely looked exhausted and low energy.
Hello, Lady Lyrics. Thank you for being here. So, starting off this reunion, we'll just kind of go through it. If we have anything to say about it, maybe not. We see Laura Whitmore there, obviously the host. I thought she looked better than she did on the finale night. So, Alicia's wearing a dress and looked a little bit slick. I mean, I guess in comparison, anything was going to be better, but definitely she needed to have rethought out that finale outfit. Still traumatizing. It's terrible.
I wonder who paid her to wear that, because I feel like it was a sponsored outfit or something, because there's no way.
But like, it was going to be a sponsored outfit. Like, do they want to have bad publicity? Don't get it. So we see a segment of all of them checking their phones and seeing that they have like 1 million and 1.5 million followers, all this stuff. Who cares? Like, this segment could have been interesting if they maybe read some of the mean comments about them or something. Like, do you know like how on is it Jimmy Fallon? One of the late night shows where they do celebrities read mean tweets about themselves. Yeah. Like, maybe not mean, but maybe some of like the criticisms that people have had about their relationships and maybe how some of the things that they went about in their relationships. I would be very interested to see them read some of those and have some real reactions in real time to some mean tweets or, comments.
So the tweet challenge on the reunion.
Yeah. That would be good.
That wouldn't be bad. I don't know why they got rid of the tweet challenge. I actually like it.
It's too mean and probably too toxic, right?
Because actually, sorry, I do know why they got rid of it, because they were found to have been planting tweets and then reading them on the show.
Oh, well, that's annoying. Like, what's the point? Like, just do things naturally.
I mean, there were plenty of tweets that they could have just pulled.
There was many tweets that people, like, I'll send a tweet
to create accounts, plant tweets, and go about your business. Like, there was no reason for that. So
it's just because it's not grammatically like how you want it to be. Like, I think it would just be fine if you just do, like, there's thousands and thousands of appropriate tweets that you can pull from.
Yeah.
So Son says, to be fair, Dami, he as well as Ekin-Su carried the show, and as usual, people of color not recognized for contributions that they make. Yep.
Yeah. Ekin-Su stands were in his comments like, "Oh, how dare you? Ekin-Su carried the show." I'm like, he was an OG. Ekin-Su was a bombshell. He literally carried the show. He was there from the beginning.
So we see superfan Darren Harriet. He is actually quite funny. I like that he knows the show more than Laura, and I think that's probably why you appreciate him as a host or interviewer better, because he knows these people. He knows the vibe of these relationships. It seems like he actually is a fan, and I think that that's what we're missing from Laura Whitmore, is that she's taking it as a job as opposed to like a fan getting the insider scoop. I want the insider scoop. I don't want an interview about these people. They're going to do many interviews that I'm not going to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that that's always been my issue with her. Whereas, like, when I watched Ariel, she seemed to be just like she just watched the show and knew what was going on. Maybe she didn't watch every episode, but she knew what was going on in the show, like, and knew the people and created relationships. And I just don't feel like that's what Laura does.
So we get our top 3 moments. So one was Ekin-Su pissed at Jay. And then they made Jay show his abs. Was it a winning moment? Oh, and then cringeworthy behavior. Oh yeah, Charlie stripping. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. And then Indiyah at the talent show. So I thought those were actually all pretty good moments.
They were. And Indiyah like play her recorder with DJ Corey was hilarious.
That's so stupid. I enjoyed it as well.
Yes.
Antigoni, we hear from her. I'm not a fan. I've decided, I think I decided a little while ago, but I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't decided fully why, but there's something about her that it puts me off. I
was right there with you. I thought it was me. I was like, I'm not sure.
She's promoting her single, and her single is now Have Him. Okay. But like Have Him, but like what are you having Jax? Like, I don't know. It just
I don't even know if that's a thing. Like, I can't figure it out. Something about her.
So later on, we find out that Joel Corey, who was on the DJ on the show, is going to be joined by Becky Hill later on because they have a single together. They've just made a new song, so I'm not really looking forward to that. But okay, thank you.
At least it wasn't Mabel.
That's true. So Tasha and Andrew were the first couple that's going to be sitting in, I guess, the hot seat. But this like a very, very warm seat, not a hot seat. It's like a cold seat. The only thing I really write down is that when did the whole lick tick tit thing happen? She knew deep down that she was going to go back to him, and I was like, and then they showed the flat Ted. I didn't really write anything else down for them.
My verdict is still out for them. They seem like they're in a good place. They've done the deed. Like, we needed to know that.
A few full manicures. Okay.
Yay, I guess. Andrew's slowing his roll on proposals, so that's good. This is why we needed like a couple more weeks. That's just like,
I want them to all be broken up or have a big fight or things to happen on these, like, engagements and appearances. Like, I want them to be put into the life that they're actually going to lead, and so to see how they're going to react, because they're still just getting home. Hi, Lanzel or Yanzel. That reunion was so dry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was dry. They got to Coco and Summer beef. They needed that in that, to be frank. Yeah, I mean, but then they didn't show the whole thing. I wanted more of that. They could have focused on that for a lot longer than they actually did.
Yeah. Dami said that it was a little longer, and everybody was asking what happened. He said, I'm sure Coco will tell y'all. Dami was tweeting.
I mean, I don't mind Coco telling us all, because like it doesn't seem like the show is going to. So Go Coco. Demi and Ekin-Su. Other than that, the reunion was not that good. It wasn't good at all.
I like Jamie and Danica too. They look like they're doing well. And they're another couple that I see, like when I see them, they're like either always together or they they're resharing each other, they miss each other, that kind of stuff. So I like them.
So also saying Laura is, I'm not sure if it's her or the, I don't know if you mean pointers or if you mean producers, or pointers is just a word that I don't know. But I think that we need a new presenter. She's just not giving it for me. Not giving it for us either. She's boring, 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 boring,
I've
boring,
been saying this for
boring.
like 2 seasons now, and
I never liked her. Season 6 is her first time that she came in, and that's the season that I liked the least. And it might be because of her, to be honest.
I like that season, but not her.
Son says the reunion should have been 3 to 6 months down the line, the average time that these relationships tend to last. We know. Exactly. So we cut to Deji and Lacey. He hasn't taken her out on a date yet. I don't know what's happening there. Like, is she really wanting something with him and
I couldn't
he's
tell.
holding back? Or is it, you can't tell, but what do you speculate?
I couldn't tell. I'm like, is she joking? Is she not joking? Does she really want him? And my whole thing is, I mean, they were coupled up for how long? It wasn't long. If he hasn't taken you out on an official date, like, to me, like, look at Danica and Jamie. They were coupled up probably a little longer than them, right? But they came out after them, and they still have not gone on a date because they've been busy. Fine. But is it important to you? Like, are you communicating with him like on a regular basis, and then he's still not taking you on a date? Girl, like, this is a 2-week relationship. Cut the shit. Cut him off.
I'm thinking that she is wanting to reap the benefits of being in a Love Island couple, and he's just not that into her. I don't think she's into him either, but I think she wants to
say. But my whole thing was, I didn't think she was into him on the show, and I'm wondering if that's just spilling over into the outside, because I don't like, if he watched the show back, I don't think he would be like, oh, that girl wasn't into me. Like, I wouldn't put my energy into her.
But I think that she wants him to, because she wants to be a Love Island successful couple and be part of like the couples and do the photo shoots and do the appearances and stuff like that. So I think that she wants all the benefits of being a couple. She's not that into him. And I think he probably recognizes that, or feels the vibe, feels the energy that like she's not into him.
And if there was a girl that I would have came out the villa to go to, like, there's Afia still out the villa, there's Amber out of, listen, there's other girls he could go pick up from the show if he wants to be in a romance. Like, no.
Oh, see, Jessica agrees here. So I think Lacey wants Deji so that they can be a Love Island couple. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I agree, Chantel. She wants the deals as a couple because he got a lot popular due to the memes. Yep.
That's true. That's true. But I don't think if he watched the show back, he was like, "Oh, that girl ain't it."
Well, his friends were probably going to tell him too, like, she's not into you, bro.
Like, you know, that girl wasn't into you, right?
Exactly. So Danica and Jamie are chatting here as well, and she says she found herself a good egg. They haven't gone on a date yet, but they do have a date planned. No, that's summer. So never mind. They haven't gone on a date yet, but they've been really busy so far. And she does teach Darren how to twerk up against the bar. It's fun. Whatever, it was fine. So Paige and Adam are the next couple that they talk to. Adam is still going to try to win Paige's mom over by wearing a Welsh flag around himself. It does seem like he's making an effort, and I think it's for the same reasons that we think that Lacey is trying to make an effort with Deji, because it is better for them to be a couple for a little bit, at least immediately, when they have the fame and the eyes on them from the success of the show. So it seemed to me like he was still invested in getting to know her.
Oh, no. I didn't see it that way. I think he was just placating her to be nice. He seems like a nice guy. I don't think he's into.
I don't know if he's into her, but I think that he.
No, I'm saying I don't think he's into the situation. Like, because my whole thing is, if he cared about that, he would do it, because it would be good for them, right? Like, it would bring them more numbers. Yeah, but no.
I think that they're going to stay together longer than we were initially
Yeah, I mean, I said they were done by the reunion, but I also didn't know the reunion was before they played it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think that they will last a little longer because I think that he is going to want to benefit from being in a couple with her. He wouldn't have come on the back on the show if he didn't want to get more fame.
yeah, I mean,
So,
I think it'll be easy. They literally do not live near each other.
mhm.
They live on the opposite sides of the UK. It'll be easy to string it along for a little while.
So Yanzel or Lanzel. I'm not convinced on Paige and Adam. Jax, Dami, and Luca went live today before the reunion, and Jax was shading them.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, he Jax Jax shaded them. He shaded Tasha a few days ago, like last week sometime, really badly. Jax is not a nice person, and I'm sorry. They could use his mental illness or ADHD as an excuse. I frankly do not think he is a nice person, and that's it. And so if Paige doesn't want to be with him, I kind of don't blame her, and I don't like her. So
We didn't want him to, like, we didn't think that he was a good person long, long ago.
yeah,
So it's interesting though that he was trying to become across as being like such a good guy. And so then
yeah.
why is he going on and doing these lives and like ruining all that work that he did to make us believe that, oh, he's waiting for Paige. Oh, he's such a good guy. He's so like wholesome.
Because nobody has slapped his hand. They all rewarded him. They gave him a million followers. He's got millions of dollars in contracts coming on. He could do whatever he wants to. That's what they did.
I agree here. Adam is on a rebranding tour. He isn't going to Swansea from Newcastle. It's like 4 hours away, I believe. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I do think that he will stick with her for longer than we were originally anticipating.
Yeah.
We see. I thought this was the only actually really funny segment. The I don't know if
Ian
it was
being everybody.
the comedian that was showing the Islander audition tapes.
Yeah.
I really thought his impressions were pretty good. I laughed at some of them, and I loved him even doing Deji, and Deji laughing at him doing Deji was really really funny because Deji could see himself in it, which I thought was hilarious. Did
Yeah.
any of those impressions stand out for you?
That I liked every single one of them. I thought that was probably my favorite segment, other than like talking to Dami and Indiyah. Like, I I thought that was solid. I was like, that they can keep. I don't know about the rest of that stuff, but that they could definitely keep in there. It was better than them showing like a montage of, oh, this happened in the villa and that happened in the, like, I thought that was cute.
Definitely. I thought it was hilarious. I thought that he did a good job. I could see everybody in like his impersonations. Like, I thought it was a bang on job, and I would like to see more of that. So I don't know if they can bring that into the show a little bit more or not, or if
Right.
it's just going to be safe for the reunion. But I thought it was an excellent segment. And this guy, I'm actually gonna find him and follow him because he probably does that on his like TikToks and stuff like that, which I think would be a fun guy to see his impersonations for these other shows.
Yep.
So Lanzel wants to know our thoughts on George not getting to comment on Casa More. ITV got too much money invested on the winners. I personally think that George is probably had exaggerated as to what had happened and was kind of showing off for the boys that like he got to like feel up Ekin-Su or something like that. I personally felt as though when she sat up that she was probably politely saying like, I'm not interested in this, don't like, let's not do this, don't touch me, and then he was still kind of touching her a little bit, and so she sat up to try to cut it off completely. That's kind of how I feel. Like, I don't feel like she was reciprocating anything. I don't think that she was necessarily giving like a hand job or anything like that. Like, I think that he was getting a little bit handsy, and she wasn't maybe clearly pushing his hands away. She sat up, she said nothing happened, and then he takes it to the guys that something happened. So I think that he might be having a juvenile perspective on that bedroom scene and sharing it with the lads. And I don't know. I don't believe he's changed his story so many times that I'm more inclined to believe that Ekin-Su being like nothing happened, because I think that he was at making advances onto her and she was more so saying, no, let's not do this. That's my thoughts.
Um, like you said, George changed his stories a few times. They literally discussed it in the villa. It'd be different if it was not discussed because of movie night. Like if they didn't have movie night and it wasn't shown, it wasn't discussed. They discussed it. They are still together. I really don't care. Like there's no reason. There's no reason to bring up anything like that right after the show. I would say that if it was even, another couple that they like, if they took care of it in the villa, like I even was kind of annoyed that they kept bringing up the Andrew Coco thing. Like it was just it got stale and old. Like they got over it in the villa. It's not. I understand. It's like, oh, you gotta laugh at yourself. Like, come on, it's annoying. It is. There's no reason to bring it up and have him. And considering he can't keep his story straight, there's no reason to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to talk to him. I agree with what you're saying, because like bringing up old wounds on the show it makes Ekin-Su look bad. I just don't know if it's right, because I don't know if I believe all of his stories. And
Mhm.
so yeah, I agree with you. The fact that they've already squashed it, there's no need for them to bring it up again and have him say a new version of this story again, and then make her have to like go play by play as to what exactly happened. And it's just like uncomfortable for both of them. So who does that? It doesn't really solve anything for anybody.
It's not drama. It's not beneficial. It's not cool.
So Jax doesn't want to hear, or so Jessica doesn't want to hear anything from Jax when he didn't come on the reunion. That's true. Gemma and Luca, I don't see that lasting, to be honest, as well. They seem awkward to me. I think they'll last longer than we originally anticipated as well. It's powerful to be in a couple. So they might last like a year, like Millie and Liam. He's a Liam as well, right?
Yeah.
Like they might last around a year, just because like it's just very, very good money to be in a couple still. It just is. And so they're going to want to milk it. All of the couples are going to try to stay together as long as possible, I think. We see Liam, Amber, and Ikenna. Did you know that Liam had a catchphrase? Love Island, baby. I didn't know that was a thing. Was that a thing?
He was there for like 2 days. When was this?
I don't know. I'm like, I didn't
I'm
know this
like,
was a
when
thing.
was this? He was there for 2 days. How are we supposed to know this?
No clue. Amber is missing her mates and all the girls from the villa. Ikenna apparently has been out partying a lot and partying with everybody. Ian is getting on him about all of his partying ways. I mean, he's young. Let him party.
I don't even think it was about partying. Ikenna did some really good lives. He was like really get connecting with all the people who are coming in and out of the villa. Um, I actually appreciate him because there was a lot of information that came out of his lives. We got a lot of insight to what was happening in the villa, so real time. I appreciate Ikenna. He seems like I liked Ikenna, so I don't think that it's unnatural that all these other people like him too. I think he was genuinely a good guy. He just wasn't a match for Indiyah.
Absolutely. And if the show was cared about him at all, they would have left him in the villa and maybe brought somebody in that would be interested in him. But yeah, I mean, I didn't see any of his lives, and I haven't seen any real news about him partying. So, or what he's been doing outside of the villa, other than what you've said, and then them labeling him as being a man about town.
I
But
mean, there was only one picture I saw of him. He had two girls on his arm, but like, so the fuck what? I hope he had a good time. Like, he was an OG on Love Island. He should. He came out with nobody.
yeah, Amber and Ikenna, something going on there. Or am I wrong? I don't know. I didn't see anything.
They're fine. I mean, are you talking about sexually, or are you talking about like they're in an argument. They're fine as far as I know. They're really good friends. Because she even said it. She's like, no, I love these two boys.
Yeah, I think she just kind of has like resting stush face. Like I don't know.
She and Gemma got that same resting.
Uppity, not uppity, stush, stush. I think
Tush,
stush.
tush, tush.
I
Happy
think
Independence Day, Jamaica.
Danita, hi, thanks for being here. So I liked Ikenna as well. I still wish he could have stayed longer in the villa. Yes, us too. Also, loving the hair, Tamika, says
Thanks,
Danita.
Danita.
So we see Dami and Indiyah. Obviously, like I enjoyed watching their conversation. It does seem like they're still into each other, that they seem like a real couple. It doesn't seem fake for the show. You're smiling. So what were your
I
thoughts
just
about this
remember his
interview?
tweets. Like he's like, oh, I'm so glad I get to like live tweet with you guys for once this season. And then he was like, oh, he's like, Indiyah looks so hot because they're not together right now. He's in Ireland, she's in the UK. So it's like, I know he probably misses her. And then they're just their tweets back and forth. And then people kept like, they keep flaming him. And so like somebody was like, oh, Deji wants your girl. And he's like, he put a picture up that we hadn't seen before with him and Indiyah from the reunion in their outfits that said, but my girl wants me. So what?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
He was
did love also
spicy.
hearing Indiyah say that, with the whole heartbreaker line, that
Mhm.
like she was just not going to let him have the last word. I was like, yeah, don't let him have that last word.
No, that's that fire energy. It was like, oh, let's go back and forth. But the thing is, you could tell that entire sequence was what happened. Like, because he was pissed, and then he like pissed her off because I think she was genuinely trying to be like, okay, I came in here with somebody, he's with somebody, so it's gonna be okay. And then he kind of like just started going at her. So yeah, like I personally, for me, I feel they're the most genuine couple. Like with feelings and what we see, that's just me. If they break up, they break up, but I just personally feel like their journey was the most realistic, most genuine.
Agreed. So what was the Summer bit? So Summer basically said that she heard things after she like got out of the villa. I don't know if it's that she watched things back. Like what is Summer
I
talking
know.
about? Did you know?
I
Yeah.
That part I don't know. And he said she unfollowed him, and and I think it was like people were like, oh, why do you care that she unfollowed you? He's like, who said I cared? I was just stating. And then my whole thing is, I think it's fine. She's with Josh. He's in India. They're, I don't even think her and Indiyah and Danica even got to hang out after reunion. Um, India's sister, her birthday was that night. So when everybody else went out to party, they actually did not go to party. They went home and spent time with family and, stayed with each other, which again is why I like this couple. They are the most genuine to me. They could have went out and partied and then hung out with the friends or, hung out with the family, or they went to the family, cut a cake, and then ran out to, there was two after parties. They did neither. They did neither.
So Dami and his family are brilliant. They replied back to a lot of messages and he shows a lot of content on
He
TikTok.
does.
I haven't
Yeah.
followed him on TikTok yet, so I'm gonna follow all these
Yeah.
Islanders on TikTok just to see what they have going on.
He has a few
Also,
videos with Ekin-Su's brother. They're cute, and with Indiyah. So yeah.
nice. Agreeing with Tamika now. Perfect. Summer heard that Dami said "shut up" when she rewatched outside the villa, but didn't hear it inside the villa. Oh, the
Oh,
"shut up." Okay, I mean, I didn't like him saying that either, so I can understand that. But like the unfollow, I don't think really matters unless you talk to the person about like what's going on. But if she doesn't want to
yeah.
have anything to do with them, then
Yeah,
fine,
no, that's what I'm
unfollow,
saying.
block.
I think it makes sense. I don't think they have to be friends. She's friends with Indiyah now. She's not friends with him. I mean, makes sense to me.
So I thought it was funny though, them reminding us of the Dami Deji problem that happened in the house, and even her mom, like mother like daughter, calling him Deji. Um, it's funny because the fact that we've been doing it all season, and it kind of just bugs him so much. Like, I think he knows that there's nothing truthful, but like nothing happened, nothing sexual. It was nothing. It was just literally a slip of the tongue. And so seeing him getting a little bit annoyed by it, it's a bit humorous to me, a teeny bit. We hear that Lizzo is a fan of Indiyah, saying that she is the baddest in the villa, which I was happy for her that she got a nice celebrity call out.
She did. She tweeted her. It was so cool. It was like right when they came out of the villa. So I think she might be watching it on Hulu because like she like just her tweet sounded like she was just starting to watch the show. So, but Indiyah was shocked. Dami was like so excited for her. She's like, not Lizzo tweeting my girl, not recognizing her you know, recognizing her. So, you know, it was cute. And yeah, I think that was cool for them because, you know, a lot of celebrities watch it, but not always do they give shout outs. A lot of times it's just like the Kardashians, who to me are not important.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that it's getting some like mainstream appeal. This show, the more popular that the UK version gets, the more popular that the USA version gets. And so, yes, I was happy that Lizzo recognized Indiyah as being the baddest in the villa. I didn't write down much about Gemma and Luca. All I wrote down was that Gemma likes him better now outside the villa. Okay. And that they had a segment of Luca's kind of phrases, funny phrases.
I didn't know he had funny phrases, and I was like, when did these happen? I was like,
they probably happened when they thought that they were going to be the winning couple.
True.
So Danita read that a lot of the final couples didn't go to the after party Antigoni hosted. Is that true?
Oh, that part I didn't know. All I knew, I know that the other couples were out. I didn't know that they didn't go to the after party. The only people I know that didn't like go out was Indiyah and Dami.
I probably wouldn't have gone to Antigoni's party either.
Yeah.
I would have gone to somebody.
I'd be surprised if Paige didn't go. That means maybe there is some truth to what's going on with her and Jack.
It's true. Dami and Indiyah and family. Davide was in Mayfair with Ekin-Su on a date. Andrew was with Tasha, and Luca and Gemma had an argument and made up the next day. I would have liked to have heard more about the argument.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Luna J. Ovi shouted out Deji. Did like as a joke? I mean, it is funny. So yeah, I didn't really know anything about Gemma and Luca's relationship further than we already knew in the villa. I would have liked to see a little bit more. Hi, OMF. Yes, Love Island UK USA. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a crossover season. I could like if they did their winter season as a crossover season, that could be really fun. To like if both countries would be kind of having a second season in the winter. I think that would be kind of awesome. So let's do a Love Island UK and USA combined version for the winter. I would love Ovi to go back on Love Island if he could. I mean, I liked Ovi a lot. I need to catch up on Love Island USA. I heard it's good. This season is really good. Right now, it's a little bit on a downward, down slope just because the producers are meddling and it's not working. What they're doing. They had a really good thing going, and then they're meddling too much and they're doing too many dumpings and they're not allowing people to get to know each other, and people that are having connections are being broken up after like they met each other 2 days ago. They're making people go on dates like the same and then you have a dumping or recoupling the same day that new people come to the villa. So they have been kind of accelerating things, but they don't realize that getting to know people takes time, and in order for it to be effective, you need to have time with these couples. So that's what they're doing, and it's kind of, I think, ruining their season. I'm still very much enjoying it. I think it's probably the best season so far in the US, but it might be on a little bit of a downward slope. So we see Summer, Josh, Billy, and Coco. Obviously, we talked a little bit over like whatever that Coco and Summer drama was. Summer and Josh are going to be going on their first date tomorrow. And they are asked if they would want to return to Love Island like Adam did. And they all said that they would. So anything else about these four that you would like to mention?
I like Summer and Josh together. They were out together with Billy and China at a Pretty Little Thing event, like a festival. And they seem to be vibing pretty well. So I thought it was cute. The segment, on the other hand, like if you weren't going to explain it, I think maybe last minute they threw it in because I had heard that they had actually cut it entirely. But it looks like they kept it in, and so I don't know, but I don't know what that's about. I just thought that was like, my whole thing is, Coco, you said it, she's offended. Don't then be mad at her because, oh, well, you came on a reality show, so I can say whatever I want to. But you guys were supposed to be friends, so that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but they didn't make me understand the situation enough for me to even fully take a side here. So it's just kind of like, okay, okay, next.
And I'm only taking a side because I watched the interview.
Exactly.
And then I've seen this, and what she said to me it wasn't cool.
So our next couple that we're talking to is the Italian Stallion and Turkish Delight. We hear that they got 63.7% of the vote. So that was an overwhelming success, or a successful win. Considering the fact that the Islanders were wanting them to go out next, since all of them voted for them to being the least compatible couple. It's interesting that they received so much support from the UK.
Well, from what I was gathering, people wanted to make sure that Luca and Gemma didn't win.
Oh.
Because even afterwards, a lot of people were upset that more people who were both Dami and Ekin-Su and Davide fans did not vote like some of their votes towards Dami, so that they could have came in second, because they missed second by a slim margin too. So yeah, it was definitely I definitely think they're very popular. I do think a lot of it was that people did not want it. Also, they did not want Luca and Gemma to win, because it did look like this entire season that they were the favorites to win by the producers.
Definitely. We get the Davide montage. We also see Ekin-Su crawling again. Like, stop putting I mean, I've liked the moment itself, but like it's probably bad for Davide to see. Like, you don't necessarily want to see it that soon after. A lot of these Islanders will wait 6 months or so to watch like Casa Amor and stuff like that, just because it's uncomfortable, and it just like, it's still, the feelings are so raw, and like, so the fact that they also kept on showing this is like, just let it be for now. We know that it happened. Let them see it on their own time. But yeah, they showed it. We receive Davide receives an Italian masterpiece by a super fan. I thought it was funny. It was basically Davide's torso on a horse's body. I guess a stallion's body.
Italian stallion.
And then Makeup Wars footage happened. And again, I really liked this scene. I like how they actually brought it back, and like how they presented it. They probably found it really fun to watch, because I thought it was a fun moment personally. So they're gonna have a pancake off, and this is to win Davide. And then like, obviously, like, Natalia is like, I don't want him. So instead, it's going to be for a golden spatula. But I didn't watch what happened when they came back. So could you fill me in? What happened?
Did I guess it was looking the peanut butter off the jar. That was funny. But I guess they doled it out during the commercial because they just came back and they were like, okay, the results are in and it's a winner. And I'm not sure. I think Ekin-Su really thought she was about to win this. I'm not sure why. Maybe she thought because she was the winner or because she thought her pancake was better, but she did not. But again, she may not have won the battle. She definitely won the war because she got the guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So then after that, we get an Islander montage singing to the song. I don't remember how the song goes anymore.
Maybe wait, the music video they did.
You know now you're beautiful.
Yeah, One Direction.
Right. I couldn't remember how the song. I was like, I wrote it down. I'm like, you don't know your. I'm like, what? I remember it now. Obviously it's cute, whatever, seeing them just like dance around and miming the words. Fine. Do I need it? No, but it was okay.
I thought it was cute. I didn't like Antigoni singing in it. I was like, why was that necessary? Otherwise, I thought it was cute.
Yeah, it was fine. Then we get Ian Sterling doing It Is What It Is awards. So the most shocking moments, the winner ends up being Andrew coming clean about the tit lick. And I was like, I don't remember what the moments were now, but I remember thinking like that wasn't the moment that I thought was the most shocking.
Do you remember? Yeah, it was like, yeah. I think I agree. I thought it was another one, but I can't even think of it right now because it was just.
I think it was Heartbreaker was one of them. Was one of the
answers.
Yeah. That was a shocking moment.
Yes, I agree.
That was shocking. Okay, it's a shocking moment when I made a TikTok about it. You know what I mean? Like,
yes. It was trending on TikTok the entire time.
So that to me is a more shocking moment. Then the ick. So the ick award goes to Gemma saying that she would lick a horse's ass because it's so clean because it just eats grass. I didn't say that was the ickiest moment, but I don't remember the other ones now.
The other one was like Dami farting. And I don't remember the other two, but I was like, Dami farting should have gotten it because they replayed it, and I was like, if you're gonna replay it, you should have just gave it to.
And then the catchphrases, we knew that you're a liar. Yeah. You're an actress was going to win that one no matter what. But they should have put all Davide's isms, because I did also very much like you're faker than a Louis Vuitton from China. I thought that was funny too. But those were the most shocking moments, or the It Is What It Is awards. And then the host congratulates all of the Islanders, and we hear this new song by Joel Corey and Becky Hill.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
They could have talked to more Islanders. No. This reunion was a bust, and I thought last year was a bust, but this year was just, I don't know what they were thinking.
Hi, Miss St. Pete. So Miss St. Pete says, or wants to know, what do we rate this season overall compared to the rest? I think it's probably number one. I think for me, from the beginning, my attention was, I was in it. I was invested in a lot of people and their journeys. I found it wasn't a slow start. It really, really got into it. I do think that we have some real couples. Who knows if they're going to last forever? But like, if we are watching the USA version right now, there aren't necessarily a lot of people that I think will be in a relationship at the end of this. So I just think that it was an enjoyable season. I thought it had all the drama. ups and downs, all the above. I think it was a well-rounded, very good season. The next season would be season 5, so I'm kind of fluctuating between those two because obviously I love the story of season 5. But for a newer season, like I think that it was very strong.
Yeah, I pretty much agree, but I also have a different order, and I've also not watched every season. So I've only watched from season 5 through 8. I will say 8 is my favorite. 6 was my favorite before this. I know a lot of people don't like 6, but again, I like romance less than drama. So I just liked a lot of the couples that did come out of that season. I actually believe them, and a lot of them are still together. Then 5 for me, then 7. So I, I will say that I do feel like this season was strong. It had drama, but it also had romance. I believe a lot of these couples. There are some couples I do not believe, but even like I said, I like Jamie and Josh. They seem to be doing their thing right now. I like Jamie and Josh. Jamie and Danica and Josh and Summer, they both each couple, they weren't like a main couple and or a finalist, and they seem to be doing their thing. And that is kind of what happened in season 6, where we had a lot of these other couples that came out after Casa Amor and were able to keep doing their thing after the villa and last a good amount of time. So I'd say that's successful.
Totally understand your reasoning, but and I said it probably before that one of the reasons I didn't enjoy season 6 was it was on in the winter, and so it was very a weird time to watch it, and so I didn't enjoy the experience of watching it just because it wasn't my normal, like, oh, let me watch this in the summer, like it's my summer show, or if I'm catching up on the season, just being able to go and watch episode after episode. So that already was a little bit different, and it took away from my viewing experience. And then also it was the first season that didn't have Caroline Flack. And so it was just all around, I wasn't enjoying the season as much. And so I didn't have the opportunity to experience it like you did. And maybe I would have a different opinion if I had. But we both agree, though, that season 8 is the best season that we've both seen so far. Mm-hmm. So Lanzell is from the UK, so they are behind, but keep up with our views. Thank you so much for Love Island USA. So we did hear that it will be airing in the UK starting tomorrow, so I guess Monday the 8th. So you guys are about 2.5 weeks behind, but I guess you can't really catch up. But yeah, we do an episode recap after each episode, so if you want to keep in touch and watch them, we'll still keep up on our comments and we'll definitely still have conversations about things that have already happened if you are watching it later on. So still watch our reviews. Thank you. So needed Coco and Summer drama to be seen and not cut. That would have been good. I would have been interested to have some understanding. Like we've both been saying, like this reunion didn't do anything because it didn't really show us what's been going on and make me have some clarity. I have no idea. I still don't really get it. So I agree. Lanzell says, you're right, Tamika. They cut Summer and Coco segment. Coco has been going crazy since Andrew on the podcast. I want to see. I'm going to go. I'll catch up. Coco been talking about Davide, Deji in regards to the sizes, etc. She's doing too much. That's inappropriate.
Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if that Deji story that got dropped was something that she put out herself, whether it's true or not.
Oh boy. So Ekin-Su has a cult over here in England now. At the moment, it's becoming like the Barbs and the Bayhives. It's crazy. Really?
Yeah. So the article just dropped, I think, today. Apparently, one of her friends shared voice notes that she must have created during last season when she watched, and she said it was a dry season. Millie and Liam were boring. And she said something else. And Millie unfollowed her.
Millie's a bit soft. Come on, they were a boring couple. like,
I'm not sure why you would get upset at that. You guys aren't together.
Yeah, A, you're not together. B, you're boring. Maybe it's for the fact that she like took back like Liam and she looked stupid. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't know.
But I'm happy that she has a cult like following over there. Go Ekin-Su, get that money.
Well, yeah. So they're flaming Millie in her comments, by the way.
Oh,
Badly.
well, we don't want the like a bullying, a cult bullying, like to other islanders or ex-islanders, like that we don't condone, but support in a positive way, I condone. So Lancel says Tamika is right. Nobody wanted Gemma and Luca to win. Fiat 500 wanted Jackson Paige, but it didn't work. It's interesting. Why is Fiat 500 so toxic?
I'm just gonna say, thank God.
Like those what they want is just like
were probably the most toxic couples in that villa. And thank God they did not have the ability to choose them to win.
So Jessica says, I think the issue with Antigoni is that she wants to be the moment so bad when she isn't. She was a D character on the season. Her impact was minimal. Check.
Yeah. She really did think that she should have stayed there over Danica, which still pisses me off. Whereas I feel like Danica's story in the villa was just better. And I like Danica better. But I really do feel like she thinks she was better than her. And she's not, I agree. She thinks that she was main character energy and she wasn't.
Yeah. And it could be because she's from a famous family. So she's probably used to being in the spotlight, people really caring about her. Like, and she realizes in the villa without having the pedigree of her heritage that people don't care that much. Interesting. So what is the tea? If you had to change to make a better season next year, what would it be? Okay.
From this season or just in total?
Maybe either, but maybe both.
I will always say vet the people better.
Yeah.
Stop the like instant dumpings. Next time, do not allow the audience to couple people up. That was BS. Otherwise, like I said, I like the season, so most of it I was fine with.
So I'd say maybe get a new host. I would say that in terms of how they couple people, that they allow people that might be interested in each other to get a chance to get to know each other. Right. This show isn't just about dumping islanders for an oh my God moment. Yeah. Like those moments don't land unless you build up these relationships. So I would like more people to have the chance at a relationship, and the people that they bring into Casa Amor, I would like them to actually be maybe really good matches for these people. So maybe if they took a page out of Are You the One and had like, matchmakers that are like, okay, we're going to find people that would be really good for you, that you're going to really get along with. Like how much more amazing and dynamic would the season be if you had multiple people into each other on the season and not knowing who to choose because you actually have real connections with more people. I just think it would increase the drama and it would give more people the opportunity to find connections. In terms of the people of color and the Black people that go on the season, I would prefer if they had more opportunity. Like, they're definitely improved the amount of diversity that was on this season,
absolutely,
but weren't on at the same time. And you knew that they were going to be dumped if the other Black person wasn't into them. They didn't have a full array of people to be able to choose from. And this is the Danica effect, right? We're seeing that Danica, who's a stunning woman that has a lot to offer, that was just trying to to find somebody to connect with, didn't have an opportunity to connect with people because they weren't that into her. She tried with Luca, she tried with Davide, she tried, and both of them went with white women. I know we could consider Ekin-Su to be a person of color, but still white passing anyways. Who else was she kind of with? kind of was trying to get with Jay. He was not into her. Trying to get with Josh. He was not that into her.
Adam.
Trying to get with Adam. He was not that into her. So, like,
Billy. Jesus.
Tried to get with Billy. He was not that into her. And so, for people to be like, she had her chance. She had her chance. Well, I would say she had her chance if people were actually into her. You know what I mean? Or she had a real connection with some of these people, and it busted that, like, their connection wasn't as good as their connection with someone else for real. Not just that they don't find her attractive and find someone else more attractive than her. So I would love for all the Black and people of color to really have a lot more options, and to have their options while they're on the show, not for, maybe go meet outside the villa. It's like, well, I want to have a shot at falling in love on this show too.
Yeah. And also, like, right now, I think Dami is almost at 700K on Instagram. Indiyah is almost at 800K. They're both at like 670, 770, which is great. But the people that they were in,
that's half as much as Ekin-Su. You know what I mean?
Like, it's not right. It's not right. So if you have not, please follow them on social media. They deserve it. They were OGs. They gave us storylines. Whether they break up or not, I think they're worth a follow. I would love to see what they're going to do after the show.
Yes, me too. Danita wants to know, which couple do we see realistically lasting the longest?
I don't know. When it was in season, I could tell you that I was like, I don't know if any of these couples are lasting outside the villa. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm not even sure.
I think the longest right now, I'm gonna say Dami and Indiyah.
Mm-hmm.
I think next would be Ekin-Su and Davide. Mm-hmm. I think that they're realizing their popularity together, and I really think that they will work on their relationship to really taken all the advantage.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Because even on the reunion show, they brought up the Ti amo, and that he only says Ti amo when it's somebody that he's looking to propose. And how he responded was, I think, correct, being like, well, I think it's a little bit too early to say, but we're together right now with the potential, like, with the desire to build a really good relationship. But I thought that says to me that right now he could see her as somebody that he spent a lot of time with. So I would put them second. I'm just worried about him not being able to handle her, like, all, like, that this just will be blown up again. You know what I mean? Like, her Ekin-Su is still going to be Ekin-Su, and so there might be things that she does that might piss him off, and so that's kind of why I would think that maybe they would break up. But I do think that they're going to make a really big go at it. Yeah. Next, I think, would be Tasha and Andrew, for the fact that, you know, the reason that I've been saying this whole time is that they're all going to want to capitalize on the opportunities, especially Tasha. And I don't know if Andrew doesn't follow her around carrying her purse and stuff, like, if that's going to be able to be sustainable. Right. I also think that she will end up being bored by him. So I think that she would say, oh, that's next. And then I think maybe Gemma and Luca, the first to break up, because I don't think she's actually into him. And
that she likes him more. So I mean, I thought she but listen, I thought she hated him. So I think that's actually probably a big feat for her, because I really don't think that she likes that dude.
Right. And I sent you that video of him getting his teeth done, and with that hair, and he had a bit of a glow up. He's not actually cute. So anyways, I don't know if he's wealthy or not. I don't personally care. She would care, I think, just because usually wealthy families would prefer to marry into another wealthy family. So he'll be able to fit in that regard if he is wealthy. But I think that if she hears what people have to say about the relationship, I think that she's not going to be able to get those thoughts out of her mind. So I think they'll break up first. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I don't see her family riding with him for a while, forever, you know.
I'm going to die on my sword here, but Davide and Ekin-Su. Okay, that's fine. I could see them also lasting the longest. I can see it. I kind of see it. I think it would be Dami and Indiyah, especially if he was close for her. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that they.
For me, that's why I didn't say Dami and Indiyah. I want to see how long it takes for him to move.
I think they'll move right
That
away.
will, to me,
He's a
and if
fire
it's not
sign.
right away, I'm gonna be very concerned.
Right.
I'm gonna be very concerned.
Love Island for 8 weeks helps us like the season, but I don't know if every cast could keep us entertained for that long the same way. That's
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
It's true.
I agree.
Very, very true. Well, that's pretty much it for this reunion recap. We managed to squeeze an hour and 5 minutes out of it. So thank you all for being here to help us do that. Tamika, what do you have going on that you want to share with our friends here?
Watch party tonight, Love Island USA, episode 17. I didn't even watch the unseen bits yet, so I couldn't tell you what happened yesterday. And apparently, we're getting a special episode tomorrow night.
Oh,
So
fuck.
yeah, for real. Yeah,
I don't like when people do that. Like,
I
it is
know,
just
I
like
know.
messing up my schedule.
For
Like,
real. They really are. So Love Island USA is on and popping, I guess. All Rise, if you have not watched it, on OWN. It used to be on CBS and it moved to OWN. It has its mid-season finale on Tuesday. There's a couple of Netflix movies that just dropped this weekend. One is Wedding Season, which stars a guy that I loved from a TV show that was also on CBS. So if you have not watched that on Netflix, I highly suggest that. I'm going to try to watch that. If not tonight, I'm going to watch it in the week. I've been looking forward to it.
what is it called?
Wedding Season.
Oh, right.
And last night on Hallmark, I watched Love in the Limelight, starring, oh God, what are their names? Oh, I forget their names. Carlos and the girl from, uh, what do you call it? Damn it, I forget but they're really popular Hallmark couple actually. And they do exclusive movies with them, and they do exclusive movies with each other, and they're married in real life, which I think is so cute. But it was kind of like their actual love story a little bit. He was a rock star in it, which he was in real life, and she was well, not an actress, but like they became pen pals, and it was absolutely cute. So if you have not watched that, I suggest that. So lots of stuff coming out this week, August, and I can't believe we're almost mid-August at this point. So
Seriously, seriously, seriously. Well, thank you. Thank you everybody for being here. Definitely we're going to be covering tonight's episode of Love Island USA tomorrow at 6:15 Eastern.
yes.
I'm not sure how we're going to deal with Love Island extra episode tomorrow. We might have to do that also at 6:15 on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then go live at 11 maybe, or maybe should we just start bumping them all to 6:15?
We could do that. It's up to us, but I don't know. I didn't know what you had this week because I know last week you had a lot of stuff. I don't have much this week, so.
Well, if we bump them to 6:15, except for Thursdays, we could just say for right now, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we can do them at 6:15, and I might have to do something different on Thursday. It might have to be missing Thursday and doing it all both on Friday or something like that. Because Thursdays, I'm now helping my best friend. Her boyfriend opened up a restaurant, and so I said I would do a night for them, or 2 nights for them. So I'm most likely doing Thursdays and Sundays for them. So those days might have to be a little bit more flexible. But we'll deal with right now at 6:15. We'll be doing the episode recap for Love Island USA from the night before. So it'll be the day after.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, being here for all of our coverage this entire season. You guys are the superstars of the season in my eyes because you contributed so much to the conversation, as well as you, Tamika. We actually could say that we are done with the season unless some really big tea happens, and we could do like a monthly roundup, or 2 months we'll round up and see like what's going on if some big news happens. So if we get some Love Island breakups or really big storylines, we will come live and we will talk about them. So we will be keeping up to date with what's going on and maybe popping on periodically. But
Right.
for this season, as a whole, we can say that it is what it is, and it is over. It's over. It is over. Make sure you follow both of us on all social media platforms. Me here at Reality Realness and Tamika over at Entertainment in Color. If you're planning on joining the watch party with Tamika, it's twitch.tv/watch color. Wait.
Color watch party.
Like, switching around the roads. Color watch party. Make sure you follow her over there, and then you can watch live the episode of Love Island USA. So I guess I don't know how we can catch up, but if we find out a way that you can, somebody that has it stored, like, have you found on Daily Motion? If anybody has,
I think they've been pushing it on Daily Motion. Also, soap.me, whatever it is, soap.net or what.
so if you want to try to catch up on Love Island USA, maybe check out Daily Motion. You might be able to find previous episodes, and then you can kind of get in sync with us. And so that would be fun as well. So make sure you like this video, leave a comment as to what is your order. Who do you think is going to last the longest out of these final 4 couples, or even actually all the couples? So if you want to let us know if you think that Josh and Summer are going to last the longest, or they're going to break up next, let us know the longevity of all these couples so we can continue this conversation down below. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. See ya.